Good evening, good evening. Yes, this is Spirit Journey, and it's Saturday night. Saturday night, March 21, 2020, and the time is 11:27 p.m. Yeah, what you see in front is my monitor. I was watching a video by Alex Jones. Very interesting. It's too bad he's not on YouTube anymore. But yeah, I was watching a video of his, and I hope you guys could hear me. But I thought of something very, very important. Yeah, so far I stayed in all day today and just watched stuff on YouTube. That's all I did. And it's something. I see that people are some people over social media are really waking up. Some of the things that they're sharing. See, it's important to watch different people over social media to get different perspectives. And again, people have different insights, people have different connections, and it's just good to know what's going on. So, with Alex Jones here, um, he had a guest on, and this guest is like some type of reporter or author, and he lives in Hawaii or was visiting Hawaii. But either way, he's in Hawaii, and he said his throat was feeling a little itchy, and he had a slight fever, and he was traveling. He said he went to about 8 cities or something like that, and so he was concerned, and so I think he was watching television, and it was saying that there are places that you can go to if you think you have that coronavirus. It's an urgent care place. Yeah, he's in Oahu at the time, and so he goes, and he said that he brought a book with him because over the news, this particular place, this urgent care place, the person that worked there was saying that they're bombarded with long, long lines and all that to process the people and to check them and everything. And so he thought, okay, he was going to be prepared, and he expected to have a long wait. So he goes. Uh-oh. My screen just got really funky, but I see that wow, I wonder why that's happening. Really weird. I'm going to keep on going. Yeah, my screen just went kaput. I don't know why this happens, but it's interesting. I'm talking about this reporter, or this writer, and then um, well, either way, very telling. But anyways, okay, so he thought because over the news the person was saying how busy they are, and so he expected a long wait. Remember, like, even when I was watching videos about the testing sites, the drive-through, and they usually have these long, 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 long lines, you know. So you just believe what you see, right? Everything what the news tells you and shows you is correct, right? So he goes to get checked out, get tested. and he had to fill out this paperwork. Yes, hello, viewer. Good evening. Good evening. Yes, this is Spirit Journey, and I have some important information regarding this coronavirus. And sorry for the screen. It just went on the bleak. Yeah, let me know if you can hear me at least. It just started maybe 2 minutes ago. Let me know because if you can't hear me, then I'll probably have to redo this video. This is the second time something like this happened. The screen got stuck, but it was still taking the audio. So anyway, um, so he goes. This person goes to get tested, but when he goes there, he notices that there's nobody there. And he goes, he walks up to this person, and there's a lady in front of him, an elderly lady that really looked like in bad shape, and she was mentioning some of the symptoms that she has, and they turned her away. They said, "You don't qualify." So, and she, according to this person, this author, reporter, um, was concerned. And when it was his time to talk to the officials and said, "Look, I think I've been exposed, because I went to these different cities and blah blah blah," but he wasn't tested either. And then he said that he was concerned, like um, he was surprised because they had mentioned that there were long lines. So something tells him to like stay. He stayed there an extra 3.5 hours. He just wanted to say, "Hey, what's going on?" Like they just sent him away, and he's was considered high risk. He thought because he was traveling. Yes, hello, viewer. Uh, yeah, let me know if you can hear me. My screen just started. It got frozen. But at least let me know if you can hear me. You can just say yes, or it's not, the audio's not good, or whatever. Please let me know if you can hear me or not. So anyway, this person stayed in the parking lot, and he doesn't see anyone come. Then he learns about, I think he said he had a friend, and his friend had symptoms, and he's in Hawaii also, and so um, he's he wasn't treated there either. So it's really getting suspicious. Why come on television, this person, and say that they're all backed up because they do all these testings and blah blah blah, and to find out that it's not, that they're doing no testing and there's no one coming. So this last person I knew of um, wasn't tested either, and then he went back to the U.S. mainland, and he goes to his physician there, and it's discovered that he does have the virus. And so if this guy, this reporter, is really questioning, hey, what's going on? And so what it looked like, like I'm watching this Alex Jones show, and this guest is telling his experience. And luckily, this reporter did not have it. He went to his, he was able to go to his primary care physician later on, and was tested, and it was negative, which is good for him. So what's going on with this urgent care centers, and why aren't they testing? So he goes back there, and just like watches. And he has his smartphone, and um, he has some video online, and there's a police officer there. And again, this has been done in Hawaii, in Oahu. And the lady, she's supposed to be like the CEO of this urgent care center, who was on the news and complaining how, how overworked they are and the long lines. And um, but he's there, and there's no lines. There's just a few people in the parking lot, but it's virtually deserted, and they turned people away that had symptoms, who were sick. So why I'm doing this video here is that I noticed, see, I'm trying to put the dots together. Some things seem unrelated, but then again, you start to put the dots together and it starts to make sense. Yes, hello, viewer. Yes, my screen is frozen, but let me know if you can hear me, and if the sound is okay. So anyway, the person, you start to really wonder what's really going on. This coronavirus. Why are people? It's like they tell you if you have symptoms and you've been in areas where people may have been affected, known to be affected, to come there. You have symptoms and the exposure to others who had it. You go to go to the doctors and be tested at these drive-through uh, centers that have the kit to test you if you have the virus. It seems like, at least in this place in Oahu, in the state of Hawaii, in the United States of America, why was this particular urgent care center not processing any people? And here, a person, this reporter on the Alex Jones show that I was watching just a moment ago, was actually tested positive, but he had to leave because the urgent care wouldn't test him. And so he was forced to, he I guess went back to the mainland, gets his primary care physician, and he gets tested and is tested positive. So why is this happening? So this is my thoughts. Are these urgent care centers a front for something else? Do they want you, over the news, say how busy they are, but when you use them, they send you away? Are these centers actually giving misinformation of even testing anybody? Are they fudging the paperwork and claiming that they're testing people? They could put anything on paper and say that we tested X number of people and they tested positive. Is it true? Is it true? Why would someone do this? And then I started thinking, I live in New York City, and I've made mention of this before in past videos, but I notice now in New York City, all these places called urgent care centers all over the city. And I don't understand why. New York City has plenty and plenty of hospitals galore. We have so many medical facilities in New York City. So why these urgent care centers? Several within a couple of blocks radius from where I live. Why? Are these things these urgent care centers really going to be used for something else? Are these like, what do you call it, like fronts? Like it it's it could it could serve like a health center when they wanted to have it appear like that, but they just really for show. Are they getting funded by the government? Who are they being funded by? How do they make money if they don't get paid by the people who come and use their services? What are they really there for? So it's making me think, in light of all this stuff with the coronavirus, that maybe certain things are being set up in communities. They could take anybody and say, oh, you got such and such disease, and then they can quarantine you, and you don't even have it. If they could lie about having long lines and there's nobody there and no one being processed, they could also lie about some tests coming out positive. So I don't know what the advantages of having a health facility that's not being used, unless it's a front for something or something to be used later on. So it's really food for thought about this coronavirus. I think it's all hype. I think it's really being implemented to um, take away people's rights. They could take away your rights as to, talking to your friend. They want this 6 weeks, 6 feet distance. I forget the term that they call it, but they want everybody to, if you're going to meet someone, that you'd be at least 6 feet away from each other. Social distancing is calling it. Yeah, that's right, social distancing. And let's see what else. Social clubs like gyms, movie theaters, all of New York City now, all non essential personnel have to stay at home. Only essential personnel are to be at work. So they're slowly taking away your rights. They're slowly implementing a police state. And once you institute a police state, you have no rights. You can't work because they say that you can't work. What else? It's really a new form of social engineering. So I just say that to be aware what's going on in your neighborhood. Start noticing if your neighborhood also have these urgent care centers that just seem to be popping out of nowhere. And are there people there? Are they turning you away even though you have these symptoms? Or what you call it, or you're high risk. You're over 50 years of age and you have diabetes or cancer or you have lung problems or asthma. People who have a delicate immune system. Wasn't that also one of the criteria? Are they turning you away? What are they really there for? Yeah, so again, I was just watching the Alex Jones show where this individual that Alex Jones was interviewing, and here he had these symptoms. And when he went to the urgent care center that was over the news and how swamped they were. So he brings a book for him to read while he's goes drives over there to the facility to wait on some long line, and there was no one there. No one there. I think we're being played. I think that maybe some of this stuff, what it is flu season, and people die every day. And some things that are happening, they just don't they just don't make announcements. But now they're making up announcements. But is it true? Is what we're hearing true? So this is just food for thought. And again, I hope this video, um, I hope the audio at least is working. And yeah, so um, life is something. But don't be afraid. Be positive about your abilities. Um, take remedies in your own hand as it pertains to your health. Use wisdom. Wash your hands when you're going to eat something. Um, Drink plenty of fluids. If you got the flu or something, you know, take vitamin C. Have your chicken soup. Remember the old times? Old timers, they had chicken soup, homemade chicken soup, and it kicks out a lot of stuff. Take your vitamin C, drink plenty of liquids, and stay upbeat. Take things that would build up your immune system. And even going into the hospital, sometimes people get sick going to the doctors. Yeah. And if it's the flu or flu-like symptoms, there's no cure for the flu. So you be your best doctor. But of course, if you can't breathe, you know, yes, you go to to the nearest hospital. But a lot of places they're sending people away. Yeah, it's time to really take your health in your hands. Be proactive. Use wisdom and play it safe. Limit your exposure to people and try to find out what's going out there in your community. Are there places that seem like fronts and they're not taking in people to help? What's really going on? So I thank you guys for listening, and you write down in the comments section once this video uploads, this live stream uploads, and let me know what your experiences are, and what places you've gone to that seem problematic, that's turning people away, or there's no line. But yet on the media they say that they have long lines. Let us know. Let's expose them. Let's expose them if that's what's going on. Is this all a hoax so they can put in martial law? That's what I think, personally. Yeah. So thanks again for listening, and you have a safe weekend. Thanks, guys. Bye bye.